Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Enchanted Map Oracle. Now, as you can see, I've got my lovely Teo cloth, the Tarot Oracle, should I say. So soft, I can't stop touching it, it's so soft. And I'm so excited because of the kiwi fruit. It's got all our initials on it, those that are in Patreon with Tarot Oracle, so quite exciting. So what I wanted to say was, yes, there's lots of other decks that I can use. If you want a tarot reading, I do have, if you want something a bit more in depth, if you want a donation-based reading, I do have the Waterfall Tarot and I do have the Field Tarot as well. Okay, so I've got those decks available as well. But if you're wanting just something a little bit more quick, just a couple of cards, I'm just going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle. So I've been scheduling my videos for the next month, just sort of going through and answering some VRs and watching lots of, I've been catching up on my watch later list. So I've been doing that. So I've been sort of scheduling some videos. So you've got some exciting videos coming up for the next month I have, which is really cool. I've done my wrap up. So that's going to come through from March, April. Small deck collections has been released. So that's going to be up and running, so which will be quite cool. There's your I've also been doing today's messages cards, today reflections. I've been using I've got a series called Today's Reflections, and I'm going to be using the Echoes of Nature Oracle deck, again from Tarot Oracle, and this will be reprinted again at some stage. Not quite sure when. He's just trying to get his Waterfall Tarot reprinted. So this is a deck that is a really good deck to have. It's Rider-Waite-Smith watercolor, but it's got some twists to it. So it's quite neat when you sort of start looking at the cards and seeing the differences and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. So it's going to sort of give you that sense of something a little different to your readings and things like that. Now, I've also got May coming up. I want to dive deep into Uncover Your Past Lives. So that's a deck that's going to be seen quite a bit, maybe over the month of May during my channel. I want to sort of dive into a little bit more with the Silver Witchcraft Tarot. So that's another deck that can use quite a bit with readings and things like that. I love the messages that come from this deck. So again, if you want a deeper reading from me, don't forget you can also book a private reading with me on Ko-Fi. Which the link is down below, so you can sort of see the different, or on my channel, you can see the different spreads that I offer, the different services, the different healing sessions, and things like that. So another deck which leaves a really good message with is The Fallen Angel by Nigel Suckling. I've got his Dragon Tarot as well. But I do like the Fallen Angel Oracle as a deck as well. So really cool cards. So just wanted to show you a little bit before we sort of started with readings and things like that. Not quite sure who's going to be here, but let's start with a little bit of a collective reading. Let's begin with the Field Tarot. Let's do a little bit of a collective reading. Let's see what messages are going to be for those. I feel like I'm a little bit dark down here as it gets into the the times difference. Here is it starting to get a bit darker. So let me just turn a light on and let's see if we can make this a bit lighter. Right. Oh, that's a bit better. I can actually see the cards. Oh, we're talking a lot about addictions, repeated patterns. Feels like something keeping us chained to the situation right now in some way. And when we're talking about addictions, I'm not talking about drugs or alcohol or anything like that. It's really more about repeated patterns or perceptions that are holding us in a moment. So collectively, there may be some of us who may be feeling a little bit chained to a situation. We're feeling a little bit locked in. We're not able to, maybe we're not quite seeing the bigger picture. We're not able to sort of set ourselves free from whatever's going on. This could be a perception. Maybe we're struggling with a perception on something and it's just not allowing us to actually move ahead on this journey. So let's have a look. We've also got the strength card. So yes, we're going to need this inner strength for us, or a courage to be able to face whatever it is that is keeping us chained in this moment. Well, it does feel like there's a lot of despair. It does bring us a sense of endings. Maybe we're feeling a bit like something is stabbing us in the back, so to speak. It does feel like something's happening behind the scenes. Our perception is people are talking about us behind our scenes, maybe, behind our backs. Does feel a bit like that, as though, we're really going to need our strength because whatever's going on in this situation is keeping us chained to this issue. Our perception is sort of clouding our judgment as well. So we're going to really need our inner strength, our courage to make a difference, to be able to move on, a sense of bringing in this energy so that we can actually move forward. It's really interesting. Oh, we're going to need some clarity. It's interesting we've both got aces here. We've got the sense of Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords. So it's really about getting this energy within us to actually bring in the sense of clarity, to actually get a clear picture about the truth of the situation. Like I said, we had this cloudy thoughts going on, cloudy perception. It's not really clear thinking, and we need to change that in some way. So how do we change that? How do we change those perceptions with everything that's going on? Really interesting to think about it. It's really taking us a moment to sort of take a breath and really try and think about how we're going to move forward on this journey. And we have an interesting card. Here we have perspective. It's Hangman, of course. So it's about the perspective. And I've been talking about perspective coming up. And here we have the perspective card. So it's, what are we sacrificing within ourselves? Are we able to look at things from a different perspective, a different viewpoint? Look at all the options that are actually available to us to actually move ahead. That's the thing. We've got to take a breath. Take a moment. Take a breath to find those answers. Hopefully. Oh, there's a few cards that come out by the field of it. Oh. Just make sure I haven't lost any more cards underneath. Feels like that's it. Okay. This is about finding success, having a sense of celebration. What do we need to actually plan? It feels like there's a lot of planning so that we don't, I'm just getting here, that we don't feel defeated. It feels like we've got a lot of battles and conflicts and things going within us. So to stop that and to have the success, to be able to celebrate our own journeys, it is about our planning. What are we planning to move ahead? How do we plan to achieve what we want in our own journey? I think that's part of the process here, is to do that, is to able to find a sense of ideas, scheduling, finding ourselves and actually moving ahead on our journey. Really interesting. So let's have a look and see what the Enchanted Map Oracle cards are going to bring us at this time, when we're looking at breaking away from the chains that are holding us stuck, as our perception is about the way people may have stabbed us in the back. It may be about the way things are finishing or ending, a sense of finality in something in our life. What, how do we use the energy that we have to get the clarity that we need, to have the strength and the courage to change our perspectives, to be able to achieve the success, to be able to celebrate that success as we make plans and ideas to move ahead. So we're not feeling so conflicted or defeated in what's actually going on. Five of Swords. The last card, that sense of defeat. Feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Oh, so the card that flipped out here was about achieving a balancing act. So we know that everything feels like it's topsy-turvy, doesn't feel very balanced at this moment, and we're needing to try to bring everything back into balance. We're scared that we're going to fall apart, so to speak. We have that coming into life, coming into fruition, that sense of bounty and abundance, that sense of commitment. What can we commit to be able to move forward on our journey, or our journey to bring things out into the light. So that's a really interesting connection there. I love the way these cards work really, really well together. Aren't they beautiful? The Field Tarot with the Enchanted map. I think it's gorgeous. So there we have a little bit of a overview spread to maybe a collective energy, maybe that resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. It just sort of gives you an idea about what suits you. So let's have a look here. Just doesn't feel like anything sort of happening here. Sorry, I'm just going to go and do this. Sorry, I hope I haven't stopped it. Sorry guys, I'm just going to type this up. Oops. Right. Hopefully that's worked. Hopefully that's done. So I'm just sort of mucking around for a minute. Sorry guys, not sure if anyone's here or no, not yet. It's all being very, very quiet. So I'm just mucking around, just cruising, just trying to decide what deck will be for our next reading. So I'm just having a look-see here. So I'm just sort of, oh yeah. Whoop, I don't want that on there. Just wanted to see what that looked like. Yep, that's all good. So welcome, welcome. Okay. So here I am, just checking to see how that's all going and everything. Right, so let's continue with a little bit of an overview. So we've sort of talked about working with the different tarot decks that I've got. It's interesting to see. Let's have a look and see what next message is coming up. Let's use the Waterfall Tarot and see what messages are coming up. Okay, so let's see what message. Ooh, choices to be made. So what choices do we have in our relationships? Now, relationships can be in anything in our life. So what choices do we have to make in our relationship? What decisions do we need to make? What allows us to actually move forward in our relationships with others? Again, it's that sense of clarity seems to be really, really important. Being able to have the sense of cutting away all that debris, all that stuff. So we have a sense of a happy home. We have an environment for ourselves that is happy, that is content, that it feels whole. As we, it's interesting, Page of Wands have come out a lot for me in different ways while I've done these readings and things. So Page of Wands is very much about, you've got this enthusiasm, you've got the drive, but you may not yet have the experience or the knowledge to be able to achieve exactly what you want. So that might be part of the process. It might be about a bit of a learning process for you. So you know you've got choices in a relationship of some sort, and you need to have clarity to find a sense of wholeness within the family unit, but yet you don't have all the information that you might need to do that in some way. So it might be a very slow and steady process to get where you need to go. It might take some time. Don't rush it. It might be a time when it's just very, very slow. The potential's there. The potential is definitely there to achieve what you want in regards to the relationship, whatever that relationship is for you at this time. You may find yourself coming up with some battles or some conflicts in some way. And there might be a lot of lessons to learn in the process as well. It might be about putting aside your emotions. Could be an important part of the process as well. To find a sense of balance in the relationship. So it does feel like if you can overcome the challenges and learn the lessons that you actually need to do, put your emotions aside to one step, to one side, put your emotions to one side, you might be able to find yourself in a sense of balanced relationship. So it does feel like things are going to come together. Things are going to be a bit more balanced in this process. Now let's look at the echoes of nature to sort of finish this off. This is just going to be a very short, quick video. This was just a bit of a testing thing with my new screen, my new the new cloth, and just want to sort of come on, spend a bit of time. I might come back later if anybody wants to. Might come back and have a little bit of a break. I might go and have some dinner and then come back. I feel like a bit of a night of just relaxing and chilling. So what's pulling out here? Love and meditation. Seems to be an interesting combination that comes up. So it seems to be, it's about where does your heart, what's your heart? About opening your heart up, and it might come through meditation as well. A lot of reflection, meditation might be really important for you. As above, so below. So you know that what's happening within you affects what's going on outside of you. Maybe what's happening outside affects what's going on within you. So you might need to reflect on that, meditate on that, allow yourself to see what's going on within you. see what's actually going on. Wow, that was a bit of a flick. Was not expecting that. Okay, so these cards talk about leading the way. So it is about allowing yourself to, hi Cappy, moving ahead on the journey. Yes, certainly. I'll do that for you shortly. Just doing a bit of a collective reading, this is. So this is just about leading the way to where you want to go. So you need to be in charge of the direction you're actually moving and trusting in your intuition. So just a really quick message in the choices, being able to have a sense of clarity, coming together, a sense of wholeness, even though you may not have the experience or the knowledge that you need. It is about looking towards a slow progress on your journey. Your potential is absolutely there. There might be a sense of battles or conflicts going on as you look at the lessons that you're learning, putting your emotions aside to one side, and you might find yourself with a bit more of a balanced relationship. So that's it with the Waterfall Tarot and the Echoes of Nature. So, Cappy, you want a reading. Was there any topic that you were particularly interested in? Okay, so just take a minute, take a breath. Let's sort of clear the energy from the collective energy. You need a general message from the universe. So what message is the universe going to give you at this time? So let's have a look. Cappy. Okay, so general message from the universe. I'm just going to fan out the cards. Okay, it is about direction. Direction is going to be really important for you. It's about thinking about your direction. What direction are you actually going to move in? This is really important for you at this time. Oh, okay, I'm getting a sense of asking for help. Feels like you need to ask for help about the direction you're actually moving into. Definitely feels unknown. Feels a very unknown path. Okay, it feels like a connection. I want to say actually a connection to the spirit realm in some way. I feel like it's a very spiritual journey that you're moving towards. And there might be a lot of you about decluttering. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you need to declutter from your life in some way. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you need to cleanse away, which is really, really important. So you're going to do that through solitude. So being alone for you is going to be really, really important. So it's going to allow you to sort of cleanse away, declutter. You want to connect to the Lord Krishna. Okay, so that comes through, that's where the connection to the spirit realm must be really, really important for you. So it's about clearing away all the debris, all the stuff that's going on in your head. It might be about connecting with someone who's able to teach you to meditate clearly on your journey, and that comes through solitude practice. I think solitude practice for you is going to be really important, and sitting quietly, meditating, finding yourself in a way that enables you to really get a clearer picture for you. I'm just feeling like, whoops, I'm just going to use the echoes of, I'm just going to use the, sorry, the field tarot. Just see if we can get any more information here. Yeah, I feel like this is maybe getting, when I'm talking about solitude, there is also a need for you to have someone to guide you through this journey. I definitely feel, oh, what popped out here? Okay, so it's about following the light, following the light. to this connection. Okay, so I think it's going to be really, really important for you destination is to think about what you actually want to achieve and what you, as you said, you want to connect to Lord Krishna, right? So your journey is going to come through from meditation, reflection, a sense of daily practice. So what is your daily practice is going to be really important to you. So it's about finding someone who can guide you on that journey. That's going to be really, really important for you. And that's about clearing away all the clutter, anything that is not important to this journey, something that distracts you from this journey as well is going to be really important for you to clear away. So does that make sense in what some of the steps that you can take to achieve what you actually want to achieve? Does that make sense for you, Kathy? I feel like that's sort of a full message. It's a little bit more than what I would have normally done in this case, but because it was quite a important question, so I just sort of wanted to give you the steps that you could do to achieve what you want to do. Yeah, so I hope that helps. And yeah, I hope that helps on many levels. So talked about the fallen angels, silver witchcraft, and I'm going to talk about the occult tarot next. You're so welcome, Cappy. These are some of my other decks that I've got. I just sort of like to sort of show decks that I'm working with, decks that sort of are a bit different. I like using these more as a tarot than an oracle, even though they do have an oracle aspect to them. So this is called the Occult Tarot by Travis McHenry. He's also got his Angel Tarot, which are amazing when you work these two decks together. If you want a balance between the occult and the angel. But I actually quite like to use this deck with the Fallen Angel Tarot by Nigel Suckling. Don't know why I quite like the energies of them. Whoa, okay, so what flipped out? Straight away, we've got the transformation card we've got with Lucifer. There is transformation and changes going on. There is a sense of being in control of one's own journey. This is more of a collective energy, so with what's coming in. So enabling one to sort of celebrate one's life. It does take a sense of being in control, being a bit of a leader in one's journey as you allow the transformation and the changes to actually go through one's life. Enabling one to sort of, I feel like the sense of stepping into the darkness, taking a moment, taking a breath, and allowing one to actually move into the light on, so to speak. So let's have a look here at the fallen angels. What fallen angels are going to connect at this time? So here we have the sense of enlightenment with Avnas, A-V-N-A-S, enlightenment. So this to me is a sense of understanding one's own journey. And I think that as one goes through this sense of moving into the darkness before you move into the light, to be in control of your journey, to be able to celebrate, there is a sense of understanding coming through as well. There is a sense of being able to have reach the state of enlightenment through the process. And it does come through with a sense of honesty. So it's about being honest to oneself. It doesn't matter about anybody else in this journey, but it does matter about your own honesty to yourself in the journey that is taken. So we have an adventure. So I feel like this process of this transformation, the changes that are going on, taking control or leadership of your journey or of your path, and to be able to celebrate that, to be with like-minded friends, and that does come with an adventure, does come with the unknown in so many ways. So it is really important to be honest within oneself as you reach a sense of understanding. So I love the way these cards work really, really well together. That's the Fallen Angel with the Occult Tarot, which I just wanted to show today really quickly on this. So yeah, been fairly quiet, not really worried about that. I just sort of wanted to sort of come on to see what my I do need to think about dinner soon, so I will go and have dinner, and then I might come back for some more readings later on, because I just feel like a night of fun, relaxation, cruising, showing what decks I've got. Love sort of sharing the different decks I have. So I will be back. So that was cool. So yeah, I'm going to say cheerio for now, and I will be back after dinner.